This is the best pan-toasted tuna and cheese sandwich. Now for this recipe we've got here 400 grams of tuna chunks in spring water. And now we want to drain these before we start doing anything else. Even slightly press them so you get out all that excess water. We need 1 egg yolk, half teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a splash of white wine vinegar, and then we're slowly gonna be adding about 150 milliliters of light flavor olive oil. And make sure that you add it gradually and keep mixing so the mayonnaise doesn't split. Now we're adding in pretty much all the mayo that we prepared, but keep aside about 3 teaspoons. This is really important. It's gonna make this recipe so much better, and I'm gonna show you why. Now we've got here some spring onions. We're chopping a few in. Now some people like it, some don't, but I like adding about 3 tablespoons of sweet corn. Now when it comes to seasoning, I'm adding the following: about 1 teaspoon of table salt, about half teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, Cajun spice, about 1 teaspoon, and smoked paprika, you know me, I like that smokiness in there, about 1/4 teaspoon. I've got here half lemon and I'm gonna get in all the juice. Now let's mix everything together until well combined. Now we're using mozzarella cheese, but I like to grate it myself. I do feel like it gets a better melt if I grate it myself than buying it from the shop. I might be wrong, it's just my theory, but I think it works. Now bread, and I always recommend getting it whole if you can. I mean, there are situations when you just can't find it. You can make it if you wish, but if you get it whole, you can control the thickness of the slices, which I like them to be slightly thicker than what you get from the shop. And the first layer that will go on the sandwich is the butter. Just go with the thin layer on both slices. Now we're following up with a layer of cheese, and then over the cheese, we're going with the tuna and more cheese on top. And you remember I asked you to keep a few teaspoons of mayonnaise, and this is why, because we want to add some as the outside layer of the sandwich, because during the cooking process, this will get so much better color, nice and golden brown. Now to toast our sandwich, pan on the heat, on medium heat, because if you go on high heat, it will get caramelized on the outside very fast, but the cheese inside won't be melted. And we're starting with the mayo side down, because we also want to add mayo on the other side of the sandwich. Just a little trick for you: if you want that cheese to get better melt, add a lid on, because this will create some extra heat in there, getting that cheese melted. Now it's time to flip it. Just keep it together, and look how nice and golden brown in color it is. And once you're happy how it looks like, we can remove it off the heat. Now if you enjoyed this simple recipe, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple recipes like this.